Alright, if you're new to this series, Leak of the Week is a series that I've got going that I've been running here for the past couple months. This is only my third episode, but I'm trying to do it weekly, where I post all of the various Marvel leaks that have come out for the week, or the past 2 weeks, put them all together and put them in one video for you guys in a kind of rapid fire style video, because I know a lot of people don't have the time or energy to really sit there and comb through leaks and comb through Reddit and all that stuff. So this is the video for you if you're not one of those people and you just want to kind of come and check out the leaks of the week. Then you can come here to this video. You can check back every week. I'm going to get this series up and running and uploading on a weekly basis. So check back here every Sunday. Like I said, if you guys enjoy my Marvel content, consider subscribing, and let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a pretty good amount of leaks this week. It's been a while since I've done a leak of the week video, and the leaks have really piled up. But starting here first, we got Deadpool 3, and I'm hyped about this movie. I think it's going to be really good, and I think it's going to be good to reinvigorate some hype into the MCU and kind of get some story threads going. You know, Deadpool 3 is going to deal with the multiverse and setting up a little bit of Secret Wars while also going back and touching on the old Fox universes. It's going to be a good, fun, nostalgic ride, and we're finally going to get to see, of course, Wolverine in his iconic blue and yellow suit, played by Hugh Jackman, with Deadpool in his iconic mask, man. It's crazy, man. It's one of these things similar to No Way Home, where if a few years ago you told me we'd be seeing something like this, I probably wouldn't have believed you, especially way back before the Fox deal ever went through. Shit like this was just not possible. We got Deadpool 3 coming with the trailer at the Super Bowl. I'm going to check it out with you guys. I'm going to be reacting on this channel. All right, moving straight into the Fantastic Four, man. I've been so hyped about this movie because we've been reporting on this movie for a few years now, not even just at this channel, but all across YouTube. And there's just been so much casting hype around this movie. But it seems like, according to Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mic podcast, we are going to be getting Fantastic Four starting up in mid-March. Now, this kind of coincides with another rumor that I'm going to touch on here in a minute, or I guess another leak. But I'm guessing this is just going to be the production, the sets. Everything is going to be pretty much hot and ready to go when they start shooting in apparently what's going to be May. Now, this is from our boy Daniel RPK. He's a very reliable source over on Twitter, or I guess X. If you're not familiar with him, you should definitely check him out. But he's saying that Fantastic Four is going to begin filming in May. So this definitely kind of coincides with that mid-March rumor from Jeff Snyder. Fantastic Four is definitely going to be shooting by the middle of the summer. We're probably going to be getting some set photos, and we're going to be getting some casting announcements here very soon. We got to be, because honestly, they're not going to be able to shoot this movie without the casting getting out. So that brings us into the final set of casting rumors. I'm thinking that this is the final cast for the movie. It looks like Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal are booked to be Reed Richards and Sue Storm. I'm a little iffy on Pedro Pascal. We're gonna have to see how that unfolds. I got a whole video touching on that. You can check that out if you want. But the other two, being Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, are rumored to be this gentleman, Eben Moss Backrack. I don't know how to say it, and Joseph Quinn. Now, when you look at these images of them on Google, right? I'll just throw some images up on the screen. It's pretty obvious who's gonna be playing who. I'm definitely very hyped to be seeing this cast unfold on the screen. I'm interested to see what Pedro Pascal is going to do to play Reed Richards. I don't know. I mean, he probably has the acting chops to pull it off. We're going to have to see what he does. And I'm really hoping we're not going to see a movie where Sue Storm is leading the charge and Reed Richards is taking a back seat, because that is not at all how the Fantastic Four is supposed to be. But yeah, May 2nd, 2025 that's when we are going to be getting the Fantastic Four. It's coming to us very soon. And we're going to be getting a whole bunch of fucking plot rumors, plot leaks, coverage, media coverage for the movie. Marvel's first family. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. And it's good to, like I said, reinvigorate some life into the MCU. This and Deadpool 3 seem to be doing it. So now this brings us into Spider-Man 4. Now this has come from Cryptic HD, another reliable leaker from Twitter. And pretty much most of these channels, I'm not sure if they're just paid off by Marvel to release tidbits of information to build up hype. That very much could be the case. But a lot of these accounts over on Twitter apparently have really reliable sources in the industry that have proved time and time again to be correct. Cryptic HD is another one of them. But they said here about Spider-Man 4 that this is setting up to be a street-level civil war. Now, you may wonder what that could possibly mean. I mean, what heroes are going to be involved, but we have different leaks that I'm going to touch on here in a minute that actually tell us which heroes could be involved in this street level secret war, on this street level civil war, which obviously are going to include both Spider-Man and Daredevil. Now this brings us to Daredevil being in Spider-Man 4. Daniel RPK is saying that he is going to have a very sizable role in the film, but they're trying to get another big Marvel character to act as the Tony Stark or Doctor Strange or Nick Fury-like presence in the movie. Since this, see, you got to think of corporate think. Marvel's going to stick with the formula that has worked for the movies. So I'm guessing it's going to be a street level civil war with apparently maybe Ant-Man as the Iron Man or Doctor Strange-like character in the movie. I don't really like that. I just think it should be Daredevil. I think Spider-Man and Daredevil should team up to take on this street level civil war, with Kingpin being at the head of it. Now Cryptic HD has also come out and said that Kate Bishop, Jessica Jones, and Echo are also going to be in Spider-Man 4 in part of this street level civil war. So it's building up to be a huge movie, guys. And it looks like some of these Disney MCU shows are actually going to tie in and be somewhat important later down the road. I'm not sure if story elements are going to tie in or just the characters, but we know for sure this is not the last we're seeing of all of these Disney Plus characters, like it or not. But I am hyped to see how they'll handle Spider-Man 4, and if they end up doing a street level civil war with Kingpin as the big villain of the movie. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, guys. Seems like Marvel wants to make every movie now like an event level movie, trying to bring in big box office numbers. Is it genius or is it desperation? I'm leaning towards desperation, but we're gonna see. Now this is apparently, what you're looking at here is apparently a shot of Daredevil's suit from Daredevil Born Again. Obviously this isn't the actual suit from the show, but it's a rough sketch of the suit from some reliable leakers. That being, can we get some toast? Now they said here the new suit is mainly red with black accents. The red is much brighter than the Netflix suit, similar to Daredevil. Apparently similar to Deadpool. It says the new suit will be textured similar to Shang-Chi's dragon scale shirt, and the design of the cowl remains pretty much the same with updated color and texture. So take with that information what you want. I'm kind of neutral on it. As long as the show is really well written, they can make the suit bright red if they want, as long as it's not too bright. They want to make it a more rich red and less of a maroon colored red. I'm okay with that. It comes down to the story and just how good this story is going to be. Now, some leaks of some Lego sets from Captain America Brave New World are giving us some insight into Captain America and the Red Hulk's role in the movie. Of course, we know Captain America is going to be the main character, but it says here that Captain America and Red Hulk are going to have a battle set that is 223 pieces. It's going to include a fighter jet with an opening cockpit, storage compartment, and stud shooter. The figures are Captain America, Sam Wilson, Falcon, Joaquin Torres, both with wings, Red Hulk, and Ruth Bat Seraph. Now I'm going to guess that's going to be some sort of accessory with the Red Hulk. Don't look too deep into this, guys. This is just further confirming Red Hulk's role in the film, because we know that Red Hulk is going to show up in Captain America Brave New World. Harrison Ford is going to be playing Thunderbolt Ross and taking over for the recently deceased William Hurt, rest in peace. But yeah, there's really a lot of times that these Lego sets cover on things that aren't really even in the movie, but it really just does confirm that Red Hulk is going to play a major role in the film. But a lot of times the fight scenes and stuff that take place in these Lego sets don't even end up showing up in the final film. Now, early ideas for Thor 5 include exploring Valhalla. Now, I'm not sure what to say about this one, guys, because this actually comes from the Cosmic Circus, which is kind of a shady website. I mean, a lot of their leaks, I mean, look at the website, man. It's flooding my computer just opening it up with ads. But it's definitely a shaky, clickbaity website that isn't really known for its super reliable leaks. But nonetheless, in this article, you can dig into it if you want. It pretty much says that their sources have confirmed that the early concepts of Thor 5 include exploring Valhalla, and I'm going to guess bringing back Jane Foster's Thor, and possibly actually giving Thor the powers of Rune King Thor, which is something that it was covered heavily in the comics. So we're going to see how this all unfolds in the movies. But either way, one thing we know for sure, Taika Waititi is out. That guy is not coming back. He dug himself too deep of a hole with Marvel. So for me, that's good news. He honestly took a pretty big shit on Thor's character, and I'm glad to see him go. Now, this is one that is actually kind of interesting. This is apparently our first look at Wonderman's suit in the Wonderman show. So this is a girl who actually posted on her Twitter that Wonderman is shooting outside of her work. And there you can see a standee of Wonderman's outfit, an actual outline of him from the show with the Wonderman logo highlighted. Of course, the rest of it is black. The standee is actually black, but it looks to be our first look at Wonderman's on-screen costume. Now, we do know that Wonderman and Wanda Maximoff actually had a love story in the comic, so I'm curious to see if they actually end up exploring that in the MCU. I'm sure that they will, similar to the way that they explored Vision and Wanda's love story. I don't think the White Vision is going to have a love story with Wanda, unfortunately. I think that Wonderman is going to be taking up the new spot of Wanda's main love interest in the MCU going forward. Now, this is a leak about Beyonder Kang in Avengers Kang Dynasty. Now, apparently Avengers Kang Dynasty has been completely scrapped. It is now just titled Avengers 5. What's even crazier information than that is that Kang apparently is still the villain. He is not out as the villain, but he's not going to be showing up again until Avengers 5, or maybe a little bit before that, similar to Thanos. They are not going to be spamming him or variants of Kang's character in different Marvel series and Marvel movies like they were planning to before. They're actually shelving Kang so they can give the general public some time to kind of cool off of Jonathan Majors and the whole situation surrounding him. I think it's a smart idea. I think they're too deep in with Kang to get rid of him now at this point, but I think it was interesting how Loki season 2 ended, because it was definitely a good way to potentially shelf Kang permanently if they wanted to go down that route, but now we know for sure that they're probably not. Now, touching on Avengers 5 and 6, apparently according to Jeff Snyder, Avengers 5 is now titled Avengers Secret Wars Part 1, and Avengers Secret Wars is effectively pretty much a two-part conclusion to the Avengers series. Now, where is the Avengers going after Avengers Secret Wars? Now, I'm sure they will still be around. I'm sure they will still pop up in movies and be discussed, but it seems like the main focus of the MCU after Avengers Secret Wars is going to be the X-Men. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to do an Avengers vs. X-Men story later down the road. I think that would be a really, really cool story, or really where Marvel will go after Avengers Secret Wars. I think they should tone down the big event movies and go more towards smaller, more world-driven, world-building stories. But I don't know. This is, creative output style of thinking, which is kind of what I'm in. I'm not thinking in corporate speak, which is what Disney and Marvel are going to be looking at the movies, engaging their next steps off of what was successful before, what can be successful in the future, and so on and so forth. But that is pretty much my leak of the week video for this week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, this isn't all the leaks that have come out in the last week. There's too many to count. There's a ton about, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, and various leaks of behind the scenes stuff with Echo, stuff that I'm not going to cover on because it's just stuff I'm not interested in. I don't really think it's stuff that drives the MCU forward, and I'm really trying to touch on the really important leaks that are really, shaping and building the future of the MCU. So comment down below whatever you guys think about Leak of the Week episode 3, and for this video, that's all I got, guys. So until next week, I will see you next time.
I'll be here when you get back. Not coming back, Chief.